Hello, everybody. Could this be the hardest two mover puzzle ever? I'm not sure. I think it's extremely hard anyway, and I can't remember seeing anything more difficult than this, but maybe it's easy for you. What do I know? Well, white to move, and we will win this with a checkmate in only two moves. As always, our pawns are moving upwards in the diagram. Okay, so what do we have? Well, we got some discovered checks here and here, something like this to look at. Could that be the solution? I don't know. Well, it's time for you to find out for yourself. Pause the video now, see if you can see the solution, how white checkmates here in two moves. And when you return, we go through everything together. Go ahead. All right, welcome back. Well, should we start looking at the discovered checks and see what happens there? Look at this first. This is a pretty obvious starting move. Black will, of course, put something in between, either the rook or the queen. And do we have a checkmate here? No, I don't think so. We don't. I mean, we can take, supposed to take back, and then there's a checkmate here. But that's three moves, not two. So it's not good enough. What about moving this rook? Yes, look, if we move it far away, like is forced to play f3. The problem here is that he's making this square available for his king, so we cannot really do anything. We cannot take it with our bishop because he will just escape to f4, and of course, playing b5, he can put any piece in between whatever he wants. So that's not winning either. Okay, what about going this direction then? Still a discovered check. Black has to move and he has to play f3. What about this? No, it's not good enough because now we got this square available for the king, so it's not a checkmate either. Okay, so what about discovered check here? It's a double check with the rook and the bishop. Black is forced to play king d4. And will this be a checkmate? No, he can still escape to c4. Bummer. But we got another discovered check here. What about just moving something like this? Still, the king can go to c4. Okay, let's try again. Can we move the rook and cover c4? Yeah, we can do it like this. But then we free up both these squares for the king. So that's not winning either. Okay, so basically, discovered check in the is not the starting move. We have to find something else. And of course, there's so many things to look at here, so I'm just going to give you the right answer right away. Well, what do you think about this diagonal? A bunch of pieces here. It's just strange and beautiful at the same time. So why don't we put another one? Let's move the queen to a8. That's the key move. There will be a checkmate in next move after queen a8. Who could possibly find this? It's just amazing. So, what's the point of this move anyway? Well, the point is, you see the pawns cannot move, the king cannot move anywhere because of checks. So black has to move either the rook or the queen. And whenever he moves any of these two pieces, our knight can go to either c5 with a check or d6 with a check. And whatever piece is left to take it, it's pinned by the queen towards the king. So, to look at it step by step, if he moves the rook, he can go even here and attack our queen. Doesn't matter. It's a checkmate here because we checked with the knight. Black cannot take it because of the pin. And there's no other escape square for the king. So if he moves on the sixth rank, the knight will go to c5 and checkmate. Okay, sorry, let's put that one back. Okay, so what if he moves along the c5 like this? Well, then we have this square. Knight d6 will be a checkmate. The exact same idea. The queen is pinned and the check cannot be covered. So that happens when black moves his rook anywhere. And if he moves the queen, it's exactly the same thing, really. Just put a random something like this. Well, now white can actually choose. Either of these moves are checkmate. The king cannot move still, and the rook cannot take it because of the pin. So, is there any square that the black king can go to cover both of these? Well, of course, if you put the queen on any of these directly, it will just be taken with a checkmate, like this or like this. Both are checkmate directly because of the pin still. So, the only possible square the black queen can go to cover both of these is queen d4. Now, if the knight comes to any of these, it will be taken directly by the queen. But the thing about putting the queen here is that it blocks the king. So now the king cannot go to d4, meaning rook e3 with a double check like this is a checkmate. The king cannot escape to d4 anymore, and these two squares are covered by the knight. So that's a checkmate also, meaning after queen a8, there will be a checkmate next move, whatever black does. And that's the solution to this puzzle. And I am very impressed if you made this. Put a note in the comment section if you solved it or not. I will be interested to know. Thank you for this, and welcome back to my channel anytime.